And I ended up majoring in science and math and taught biology and earth science and physics for 15 years and algebra, geometry, and trig. But if you add up the dates in the Bible, you're going to get about 4,000 BC, 6,000 years ago, for the creation. So I said, well, then when did dinosaurs live? And so I really been a long study of mine. I've loved it, okay? Reptiles never stop growing. Never. People stop growing at 16 or 18 vertically. Some go horizontally after that.
It's like those turtles that are 400 years old that, you know, the Galapagos Islands, they're like 4 feet tall now. Instead of like 6 inches tall, they're 3 or 4 feet tall. So they didn't stop growing.
Right. The dinosaurs are simply big lizards that lived with Adam and Eve. They did not live millions of years ago. And the flood explains all the geology that we see. I do debates with the atheists. They say, well, in the Cenozoic area. I said, stop right there. There's no such thing as a Cenozoic era. There's no such thing as a geologic column. Your geologic column does not exist anywhere in the world. If the top layer is really younger, like you say, where did it come from? Outer space? How can these layers be different ages? If I shake this over and make 20 different layers of sand in here, are the layers different ages? No, they're all in here at the same time. If I shuffle a deck of cards, is the top card now younger? No. The whole geologic column, that's the Bible to the atheist, and it doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. I'll debate every atheist in the world on that topic. There is no such thing as a geologic column. You take
I love what you did with the Grand Canyon, the layers. Like, that's the order in which things drowned. When you look at the rock layers there, like the fish at the bottom, if there's hot water coming out of the bottom of the earth, all the trilobites are going to die first, and the birds die last. And it's not the evolution, it's the order they got buried in.
Yeah, they don't get it. Clams are found at the bottom. They're already at the bottom. That's where they live. Of course, they're the first ones buried. Like, duh. Birds are usually found on the top. They're the last ones to drown in a flood. It's not complicated. It's got nothing to do with evolution. And clams are often found fossilized in the closed position. Well, now, hold it. Had to be buried alive and buried quickly. The flood would do that. Anyway, we'll cover that in my video series. But you want a short history of myself. So 16, got saved, went off to Bible college, got ordained to be a Baptist preacher in 1974, and ended up pastoring different churches and teaching in Christian schools for 15 years. And somebody gave us this property in Lenox, Alabama 7 years ago, 140 acres. And we're building a Christian camp, dinosaur adventure land. Come on down, it's free.
Oh, awesome. So your doctorate, when I first saw your videos, like, he's a school teacher, but I didn't know if you had a doctorate of education and you taught science, or if you had a doctorate, one of the sciences, and you ended up teaching.
I just have a natural aptitude for science and math. I don't cook. I don't sew. I don't want to learn. So other people are already good at it. Computers frustrate me. I don't know how to do the internet stuff. I just get somebody, tell the secretary, look, make this happen. Show me which button to push. But when it comes to science and math, that's just my dad instilled that in us, I guess. So I want to use what I have, with that little talent I have, for the Lord, and try to frustrate the atheist and destroy his family as best I can.